y'all, so this is my flawless foundation video. Basically, it's how I do my makeup 10 out of 10 times as my base, okay? So if you are interested in knowing how it is that I achieve my flawless foundation look, stay tuned. You gotta start with a clean face. It's not just about having flawless skin with the makeup, but also having flawless skin under the makeup. You don't just look like you do, okay? So finish my skincare. I have my toner on, my moisturizer on, excuse me, and then now I put on my primer. Okay, so basically I put a little bit of color corrector over here where it's a little bit of the orange to cover an acne scar that I have, as well as some of the dark areas of my mouth. The way that I do my flawless foundation is that I like to start with my eyebrows, and I like to do, basically I just etch them out a little bit. So I'm gonna use this MAC Studio Finish Concealer. This is in NW35. I like using a color that's more natural to my actual skin tone. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this brush. It came in one of my Naked eyeshadow palettes. And I like to get it nice and covered on both sides. And I know it's funny, like when people say it's natural, sometimes you think, oh, it's not a lot of makeup. But y'all, my natural makeup, as any other time, is super beat, okay? Like a lot of makeup. So don't believe a comment telling me how I don't need makeup and how much makeup I've used. I enjoy makeup, and that's why I do it. Now, if y'all are ever interested in anything that I use personally, like for example my skincare, I'll put a link about that. But for anything else, just send me a message or leave a comment, and I'll share with you guys the place I get them from. All right, y'all, so as you can see, I also use this for underneath my eyes. I feel like this really does a good job in kind of filling in my under eye bags. So I like to look like totally smooth under my eyes, and by putting on this concealer right inside of these lines, it does just that. So it definitely fills in the dark spots. You can even see it on camera, like it's completely somewhat filled in. I just etch out my eyebrow. Now, if you want to see a full video on eyebrows, give me a thumbs up and I will record that for you dolls. So what's next? That what I usually like to do is spray a little bit of my Studio Fix. I find that whenever my face is a little moist, it helps with the creasing, so it really doesn't happen. So I'm just going through and blending all the harsh lines away. Okay, so now that I did that, what I like to do is go ahead and put on my foundation all over. This is MAC Studio Fix. I have normal to oily combination skin. So basically my face gets really oily the later in the day that it gets. This foundation does kind of help a little bit in keeping me, and it's not even like really helping, it does kind of keep me a little oily. And you know, the reason I use it, I just started going back to this again, is because it doesn't give me that ashy look, and I love the coverage of this. And I like how it goes on. I like that it's buildable. Like there's so many reasons why I always come back to this particular foundation type. And y'all, this is again the Studio Fix Fluid, and this is in color NC45. So this is the foundation amount. I don't go overboard with the foundation, at least I don't think so. I kind of just put it on my face. Really, again, doesn't really matter. And I kind of focus on like the inward of my face, because the outside of my face is darker and I don't, you know, want to look ashy. But even if you end up looking ashy, there's always a way to fix it with bronzer and with contour. But if you want a more in-depth highlight and contour routine that I do, just let me know and I'll record that. Give me a thumbs up or comment. As you can see, using this brush, it's kind of like patchy. You see? But don't worry, girl, we're gonna get this all together. I do like to put it under my eyes. I'm not wearing eyeshadow today, but even if I was wearing eyeshadow, I still put this under my eyes, and sometimes I'll put like a eyeshadow primer, but usually I use my foundation and I put concealer. But I like doing this because when I powder my face, it really does make my whole face matte and look like airbrush smooth. So that's the foundation. What I like to do is let it oxidize a little bit. I let it sit on my face a little bit, and then once this sits on my face, I go back and I just look at it before I go on to the next step. So I'm gonna give it about 30 seconds. Now again, as you can see, it's still like my natural face color up here because it's a lot darker, but when I blend it out, it's not gonna be noticeable, so don't even worry about that. So what I like to do is spray like a fluff brush, in this case, this one, which is like a kind of like a blush brush. And if you've been watching my videos, you know this is something I always do, and I just buff my skin. You don't want your brush wet, you just want it, you know, spritzed. And then I feel like when you use a brush like this, it definitely blends out without taking away any product or waste any product. Sometimes I feel like with that sponge, it wastes my product. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this. Definitely starting to look a little bit more airbrushed. But that's how it looks so far. So pretty good, right? This is like one of my favorites, y'all. It's so inexpensive. I get them in handfuls because I don't like to run out, and I like how it has a little brush. But this is LA Girl Concealer. You see, I like it light. Yes. And I just blend it. I focus mainly under my eye. Drag it down here. You see how I'm dragging it down right here? You can really see it now with the lights. And when I do that, whatever you want to call this right here, it helps my face look thinner. So that's why I do this. And it makes your contour pop too. I'm just blending away all the lines. And then grab your spray. This is important. You spray. I like to spray in between layers of makeup. That makes sense. Because that keeps your face dewy, and I really do believe that's a part of how I get my flawless foundation. The setting. So if you want to set your face, you can use this, which is a Laura Mercier's setting powder, and it's the regular powder, or you can do the Ben Nye banana powder. So if I'm going out to the club, I usually stick with Ben Nye because it's super light and I like to look super beat. Just put it everywhere I put my concealer. It does go a long way. I had a little bit of concealer. But for me, y'all, this is key. Like for me, if you have oily skin or combination oily skin and you want your makeup to last all day, you have to definitely moisturize your face. Believe it or not, if your face is dry, your body has to create oils to make it, you know, non-dry anymore. That's why your face gets oily. So drink a lot of water and also use moisturizer. So literally, you just moisturize, throw on your primer, put on your foundation, and then the last step for combination oily or oily skin to help your foundation stay all day is to set your face. Okay, so I'm gonna let this set, and I will be back in about 2 minutes. Okay, so now this is on my face. What I usually do is grab another fluffy brush because I really do like how my face looks with the fluffy brushes. And I'm just gonna dust it off. Palette, absolute favorite, most inexpensive thing. And I'm just going to use the middle and the this color here. So this is called Contour. I just took one brush stroke. This is all about creating warmth in your face. And that's it for the dark color, the medium brown. And I kind of buff it out. Really simple, easy contour. You don't have to do a whole bunch of lines in your face, a whole bunch of blending. I love how this brush really gets it all blended. Well, when I highlight, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the tip of my nose. And I put it down the bridge of my nose. If I was doing a real like highlight contour, I would do this with a brush, but just to give y'all an idea. You wanna do it where your face pops, okay? Like, I mean, my face is really round, but I'm gonna put it like on this bone as if there's like a diagonal, okay? When you do it just on that like bone, like on top of your cheekbone, that's what gives you like that pretty natural looking glow. Highlight on my forehead before, I just put a little bit of setting powder and now I'm just giving it a little bit of shine. Now, for my makeup look, this is just the base, okay? This is how I do my face every single time I do a makeup video. Spray my face. And that's it. Okay, dolls, so this is my flawless base look. This is my flawless foundation look, I should say, because this is only the first step in my makeup process. If you dolls are interested in any way that I do my makeup, as far as with the full contour or my eyeshadow, anything you ever see me do, my fake lashes on the bottom, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. I would love to make that video for you dolls, but I just wanted to come and share with you how I do my foundation to my makeup, because a lot of people do ask and it's pretty simple, especially once you do it a few times. So thanks again for the suggestion of the video. Again, if you have any others, leave them down below. Also, if you don't follow me on Snapchat and on Instagram, my name is @CRYSTALCHANEL. Be sure that you check that out, because a lot of times I do my makeup on there, and that's really it. I want to thank you dolls again so much for tuning in, and as always, stay fabulous and stay fierce.